So, I hear we're into some of the same stuff.
You're about to join Jon
and Eric
as we explore said stuff.
really bad movies, Sega Genesis,
Sports and girls. The interesting aspects of pop culture.
and we'll answer listeners' mail because you have so much to say.
You are listening to
A sophisticated conversation.
Greetings. Welcome to the second episode of Podcast Revolution.
Yeah,
we're excited.
Number two.
Excited. All right, we got so much positive feedback that we decided to make another one.
We got some great feedback.
We had
got
like
some
we
emails.
had like 2 people say that it was great. So
Yeah, and they were both our moms.
well, yes.
Yes, so
Yeah.
yeah, number 2.
All right, and I'm your host Jon, and with me is Eric.
Hello,
Eric Mitch Monster Mitchell.
Mitch Monster is correct.
Eric, what have you been up to lately?
I had a great weekend. I went down to Cohasset, Massachusetts to visit some friends from college. It was a birthday party. It was good times. The weather was supposed to be awful Friday and Saturday, but it was great. Had fun, went mini golfing, and it was a great time. How about you, Jon?
Well, I was at my friend's party all day yesterday, which turned out to be great with the weather. And the weather today was supposed to be terrible, and it was.
Oh, today's weather was horrendous. So this morning it wasn't bad. It was just overcast, but it was cool out.
No issues.
No complaints. So we're planning to play street hockey as usual, and I get a phone call from my mom, and she says, boys, there's tornado warnings in effect, so you might not want to go. And naturally, we said,
We're tougher than tornadoes.
Whoa, tornadoes, who cares? So we went anyways, and it was good for about the first 30, 40 minutes, and this incredibly
Giant tornado.
tornado.
There was no tornado, but it just started pouring.
It was like the movie Twister, only without the tornadoes, pretty much.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So it was we got very wet, to say the least, in a non... Yes, exactly, only in a very non-sexual manner.
Correct. It was just moist.
Well, I was very moist too,
Yeah.
and it was a good time. So we got very wet, so we ended up coming back here, and it's perfect timing for a podcast.
Yeah,
so.
said we had nothing better to do, so we'd make a podcast.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have our email addresses open, so anytime anybody wants to give us some feedback, some questions, any thoughts, we'll definitely read them on the show, answer some questions. So.
And what are those email addresses?
All right, mine. You can email me at emitchellsmc@gmail.com. That's emitchellsmc@G as in Google, mail.com. How about you, Jon?
You can find me at johnnythockey@gmail.com. That's JONNYTHOCKEY@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah, and I can't figure out Jon's phone to...
There we go.
Oh, okay, here we go. So, our first question we got from Jeffrey, and Jeffrey wrote, "Why do the Bruins suck at life? Answer my question on your next podcast, ... Done." You want to start off, Jon?
Well put, Jeffrey. And I think the Bruins might suck at life, as you say, because of a lack of good fans like Kevin Schaff. Maybe if he showed his support a little bit better, they'd be having more success.
Yeah, I agree. If guys like Kevin Schaff didn't decide to be Red Wings fan just because his team, just lost a game or a series, and wasn't a fair weather fan, then maybe the Bruins wouldn't suck at life.
It's possible. Or people like Jeffrey who just turned on the team right away, and if I read this email correctly, he's from Florida. So I think you should start looking at your own teams, Jeffrey.
See, this brings me to a good point, too, though. Real quick before the next question. I don't get why people leave franchise. Like, if you've been a fan your whole life of a team, there really shouldn't be any reasons to leave a franchise. Like, why how come people can do that? Just say, yeah, I'm no longer a Bruins fan. I'm no longer a Sox fan. I'm no longer whatever. I mean, to me, that's just lame. That's just that's awful. That's bandwagon.
It kind of is, but that's the main point of being a fan of a team. Well, not the main point, but you feel with the community. It's a community event. and you can't participate when you're so far removed.
It's just, it really bothers me. I just never understood how someone can do that. Unless someone on the team literally, like, killed you or someone, then yeah, hate the team. But otherwise, you gotta ride the high points, the low points. So, Jeffrey, hang in there, buddy. There's as we said our last podcast, there are hopefully some bright futures ahead for some future Bruins. So let's hope for the best. So, John, you want to get the next question up?
All right, and as I'm doing that, our intern, Frenchie, Mike Bordelais, is working on getting us a coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I don't drink coffee, but Eric does.
I do. Well, you drink coffee milk.
Which is delicious.
Yeah. Maybe we should get Coffee Time milk to sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do need sponsors, by the way, guys. Even if you just want to give us like a quarter, we'll count that as sponsorship, and we'll give you a shout-out on the mic. So if you know a business or anything, just let us know.
Every dollar gets you 1 minute of ad time on here, which is extremely cheap.
Yeah, and nude photos gives you like an hour.
Pretty much, yeah.
Unless you're a dude, then no, you get negative time. But all right, can we get that next email, John?
All right, next email is from Minna, and the title is About Eric,
Oh,
LOL.
gosh. Oh, boy.
All right. It reads, "No wonder he doesn't have a woman, LOL. He seems to be unromantic and not in touch with his feminine side. So let's address that part first.
Oh, okay. So there's many parts to this question.
No, there's many parts in this.
All right. What's the first part? So
I just read
no
it.
wonder he doesn't have a woman.
Booyah, baby.
All right, come on. All right, for the viewers that don't know, I was in a 3.5-year relationship that ended about 5 or 6 months ago, something like that. So I'm not really the needy type of person that needs to bounce back in a relationship right away. I'm okay to give it some time and be patient. So there's that first part of the question. Now what's
Okay.
the next sentence?
So Eric's getting defensive.
I'm not getting defensive. I'm just telling the truth.
And you need to be in touch with your feminine side.
What does that mean? Why do I need it? Why would women be attracted to a guy that's like a woman? To me, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't think they want you to be like a woman. They don't want you to carry their purse for them. But they just want you to know how they feel, to be able to relate to them.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. Is it Minna?
Minna.
I'll give you that one. I really don't think I'm that good with that aspect.
Maybe we should have a coach come in, a female coach come in and help you.
We could. If our listeners are a female coach of some sort that wants to whip me in shape as far as getting in touch with my feminine side, maybe that would be some good podcast content.
So if anybody wants to come in and help Eric on air, that would be
terrific. Great. Yeah, if anyone wants to.
All right, next part of the email.
Win a date with Eric Mitchell.
Let's not go that far.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Lots of guys would be calling in. All right, and to you, John. Women can be funny even if you're dating them. LMAO. You guys are funny and interesting to listen to. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you very much for that part, Minna. John, let's see. What do you think about that part directed towards
That's in a reference to the first episode where I claimed that women shouldn't be funny. Men don't want to date women funnier than them.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
And I'm saying that women can be funny, but that's not a quality men look for.
At least, I mean, my point, too, when we were talking about it last episode, it's not that women aren't funny. It's just I've never met too many that are funnier than, like...
And a guy doesn't run around yelling, "My girlfriend's so funny."
Yeah. Really, that's true. I mean, most women I meet that are funny are cool. It's a good trait to have. I definitely think so. But I think...
I think that's a woman being too in touch with her masculine side.
Yeah, Minna, you heard that? Oh, you got served by John.
Yes, she has been served.
She did. All right, so do we have any more mail?
I believe that's it for this segment.
Oh, okay, great. So, folks, again, send us some emails. We'll read them. They can be good, bad, funny, agree with us, disagree, whatever you want. We're definitely going to put them on. So,
if you hate us, if you absolutely hate us, and you want to stop listening to us, don't stop listening to us. Send us an email telling us how much you hate us. We'll read it on the next one. Then you can stop listening to us.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's very good.
So we'll try to pull one more out of them.
Right. So, John, have you seen any movies lately as far as something you could review here? Is there any good movies lately that you've seen?
I saw the movie Splice, but I'm not going to get into it since you haven't seen it.
Yeah, no.
But my brief summary of it is that it's I thought it was going to be a thriller going into it, or more of a horror movie, and it was less of that and more of a science fiction movie, which was fine. It was an interesting movie about Adrian Brody and some woman, and they're scientists and they splice some human genes and make some weird alien creature. And the creature they come up with, there's some very disturbing scenes that you wouldn't expect, and you might feel a little uncomfortable during them. So some interspecies intercourse.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
So is this alien creature, is it kind of human-like, or is it very more alien-like?
It is human-like. It has many human features, but it's you just have to see the movie. I'm not going to get too into it, but I'll say that it's not a waste of your money if you watch it, but I'm not going to watch it again.
Right. Speaking of alien movies, Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum, and I'm not sure Bill Pullman has pulled through yet or not, but there is confirmed rumors that there will be Independence Day 2 and 3
I've heard
coming
that.
out, which I think is insane because to me that movie came out in 1996. I was 9 years old. I remember seeing it in theaters with my mom and dad. It scared the crap out of me, but it's one of those iconic movies of my childhood that just I'm so excited that they're making even if it's bad, I don't care. Just the fact that you got Will Smith, who's the man.
Where does it go from where it ended?
It's funny because I remember leaving the theaters and saying to my mom after, my mom and dad, I said, "Oh, I bet they're gonna make a sequel," because all they showed the alien ship come crashing down, and I thought, some aliens had to survive that crash, right? So I always thought that, but I'm guessing that's not the route that they're gonna take. I'm assuming that more aliens are gonna come back to Earth or something.
Right?
So,
yeah, that's.
So I don't know. What's funny is that movie came out in '96 when no one really knew much about the internet or computer viruses or anything like that. And if you made that movie today, it wouldn't be believable at all because people would say, you can't put a virus on a computer that's made by aliens. It's not like they use Windows or something, you know what I mean? So it's kind of funny.
Are you starting to pretend you're that Mac guy who's always ragging on Windows?
Oh, yeah.
I hate that smug bastard.
It's like, I could... Mac computer, we can use Windows. Windows can't use Mac. Mac, we can use alien software. That's what Jeff Goldblum had in the movie. So I don't know where they're gonna go with this one. I really don't. I'm assuming the force field will make an appearance, but
I'm looking forward to it. Certainly more than I'm looking forward to Transformers 3.
Oh, I haven't seen any of them, and I never will. Another movie rumor that I've heard is that Michael Bay signed on to do a Ninja Turtles movie, a remake.
Yeah.
Or not a remake, I'm sorry, just a new one. But I'm a little disappointed because I love the Ninja Turtle movies.
From when we were kids, from the early 90s.
Yeah, like early 90s where there were guys in little rubber suits as the Turtles, like the animatronic outfits. Now, they made a recent one that came out like 2-3 years ago. It was CGI. And
garbage.
I hate CGI movies unless it's made by Disney Pixar. I really don't like them. And so I heard this Michael Bay one. It's going to be like Transformers, where it will be real life, but then the turtles are going to be computer.
I think
which pisses me off.
The only good movie I can even think of where they mix computer animation or just animation with people in general is Roger Rabbit.
I agree.
Because I can't think of many where they mix well. Garfield, come on.
Oh man, that Matthew Broderick in it or something?
I think it did.
He's in some horrendous movies.
I know it was Bill Murray who did Garfield's voice.
Oh.
And he regrets that.
I can imagine. He's actually a really good actor too. So there is rumors passed along about that. There is another Resident Evil movie coming up.
Yeah, I saw the
hilarious.
preview for that at Splice.
You know what? I love
Mr. French, who saw Splice with me. He really wants to see the new Resident Evil.
Oh,
movie.
I do too. I'm pumped. A lot of people hate it. I grew up a fan of the video games. Loved them. Loved the movies. Well, I didn't love them in the sense that they were like Academy Award winning movies. That's how much I loved them.
Oh boy.
But they're popcorn movies. You go, you have fun, and so I'm excited for the next one. I think it'll be good. So, but I did see Sherlock Holmes over the weekend.
Oh, finally!
I did finally see it. Well, I like half saw it. This is the thing. The movie was on, but I was at a party, so like. People were like trying to play drinking games at the same time while the movie was on and stuff. But I still got the gist of it, and I watched it. So good stuff. Really, I can't give it a complete review because my attention was probably 70% of the movie.
Right.
But it was pretty good, and I like the ending. Definitely is a little bit of a cliffhanger for a sequel. So.
But having read the books, the movie is not very true to them.
No.
in many senses. Like, there's a lot of things Sherlock does in that he'd never do in the books.
Like what?
Well, like getting in a street fight, like, and big brawls.
Yeah, I thought that, like, when I think Sherlock Holmes, I think, like, an old dude that's, like, 50 with a tweed coat on and a pipe and not, like, a brawling action
Yeah.
dude. But what... Come on, what people would want to see a movie of, like, an aging guy as a detective? You want to see the fun stuff, you know?
I'm sure you could think of plenty of movies with aging guys as detectives who don't get into fights.
Hey,
I just can't think of one.
The
off the
only aging police officer I enjoy is Carl Winslow. And
Carl Winslow?
No one can ever live up to Carl Winslow.
They need to make a Carl Winslow action movie.
Well, Carl Winslow, he did play a pretty prominent role in Die Hard, the first one.
That's true. But a movie starring only Carl Winslow.
Only, like, him, like, jumping through windows and stuff.
And Urkel can have a few appearances.
As Urkel or Stefan Urkel, though?
Just Urkel.
Oh, okay.
But if they can't get Jaleel White to reprise his role, then they should get just a white guy.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good. Definitely a good movie to check out. I did enjoy seeing Rachel McAdams in that movie. She's up there on my list of gorgeous women, just because she kind of has that girl next door kind of look. I can't explain it. You know what I mean? She's not like the plastic chicks out in Hollywood.
Right. There's a few of those.
I don't really enjoy that. So I thought Rachel McAdams, and she's a good actress too. So that was, I guess, a little bit bonus of seeing Sherlock Holmes. So.
All right. Well, let's see. Coming up next, let's take a look over here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a announcement to make. Our first ever sponsor is we have Paw to Paw Promise. John, you want to talk about it?
All right. Well, folks, Paw to Paw Promise is a company that will pretty much watch your pets. They'll take them on walks, do sleepovers, and do whatever it takes to keep your dog happy.
Now, what kind of sleepovers are we talking? Are we talking like the dogs get to put like 3D glasses on, have popcorn, and like have a good sleepover? What are we talking about here, John?
Usually, I assume this company, they just go to the house, feed the dog, sleep there, make sure everything stays safe. It's kind of like house sitting a little bit too.
Right, and it's a lot better too than I know when I had a dog, we had to drop him off at the kennel, and that wasn't cool because he didn't like being away from the house and all that.
This reduces the stress for the animal.
So I like that. So definitely, folks, if you do have an animal, you're going on vacation, you need some extra help with the animal, definitely check out Paw to Paw Promise.
That's PAWTOPAW promise.com.
Why don't you spell promise, John?
Because everyone knows how to spell promise.
Okay, fine.
So joining us in the studio are a couple of guests. We have Kevin Stein and Trevor Merrill. Kevin, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Kevin Stein, from New Hampshire. Lived there all my life. I snowboard, do some competitions.
Yeah!
Eric likes
Thank you.
snowboarding.
Welcome to the show.
Podcast
Our
revolution.
first guest, man.
Yeah.
All right, we got another guest.
And they're making an appearance before Mr. French.
before our intern even makes an appearance. That's how great you guys are.
Trevor, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Trevor Merrill. I'm a student at UNH in Durham, New Hampshire. I'm an old friend of Kevin's.
Yeah!
Kevin!
Oh boy, we're pretty excited right now for no apparent reason.
Well, you're not going to be excited because you hate basketball.
And this is a segment that's going to be dedicated to talking about the Celtics, who are currently losing, in the NBA playoffs.
Yep, so NBA Finals Game 1 was absolutely atrocious for the Celtics. It always seemed like they got in this 9-point hole that then turned to 11, then maybe back down to 5, then to 9 again. It just was horrendous.
And this conversation will be a little null by the time the next game is played. Well, the next podcast is listened to because Game 2 is tonight.
And, well, they'll probably lose Game 2 as well.
I hope so.
I
got my fingers crossed.
I really have no faith in this team. Rajon Rondo is obviously hurt. Kevin Garnett is either hurt or just his knee is just given out. Kendrick Perkins has a technical, so he's not going to play as hard as he can.
Yeah, basketball. I don't care.
All right. Well, anyways, Kevin, get in here. What do you think, man? You're the Celtics man, so give us your assessment.
I think the Celtics will rebound tonight.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that? What have they done to prove that they can rebound against this amazing Lakers team, this franchise dynasty of a Lakers team?
I mean, they always seem to come back from when they get beat pretty badly. They always seem to come
And
back.
they did get beat pretty badly. I was playing with my noisemakers that night.
It got so
bet you
bad
were.
that even Nate Robinson, they had to have him come in to try to give him some energy. That's how bad the game got. So,
I wouldn't diss Nate that.
oh,
bad.
I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying if you got to pull,
Maybe they
it's
should have put Scal in.
Well, but Nate Robinson, he's like the donut tire in your car. He's there. He's coming in. He's
65 miles an hour.
to make, I mean, he's gonna help you get back on track. But when you gotta, rely on this guy to make something big, it's not a good sign.
That's like what would happen if we put Frenchie here on the show.
Right.
He's
Oh,
our
yeah.
donut tire.
It'd literally be it'd be the worst show ever.
Unless
so.
if it was a podcast of him fighting Phil Kessel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, our intern said he could beat up Phil Kessel. We both disagree. But anyways, back to basketball. Trevor, what do you think?
I don't really know too much basketball.
Yeah!
All right, that's Trevor.
Then why are you here, Trevor?
I don't know. It was wet outside.
It was wet outside, so you
Yeah.
decided to come into the studio.
Yep.
You followed Kevin like a lapdog.
Yep.
You're Kevin's lapdog.
No.
Say it right now. Say you're
No.
Kevin's lapdog.
Say it.
No thanks.
Kevin, is he your lapdog?
He's my bitch.
Yeah. Oh.
Kind of like that's exactly the same dynamic that how the Lakers feel about the Celtics.
Ouch.
Well, the Celtics do have more titles than the Lakers, though. Lakers
Not
have,
in recent years.
yeah. I
This
mean,
this Celtics team has won. This Lakers team has many.
well, I mean, Kobe Bryant. I mean,
Yeah.
he's.
But I mean, for how bad the Celtics played, I mean, they weren't that far out of it the entire game. So I mean, the Lakers didn't play outstanding either.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
just-
they made like maybe 2 good runs that entire game.
And that's another thing I
The
hate
Celtics
about
just
basketball is what I want to bring up now is that the first quarter took 45 minutes because the refs just kept calling foul after foul. There were 57 fouls in a 42-minute game. 48. What? Yeah, 48-minute game.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
either way, there was more than a foul a minute, which is absurd. That is crazy.
What else do you hate about basketball, John?
I hate a lot of things, mostly that I can't play it. But just watching it is so boring, especially the last minute of a close game. I just want to rip my hair out.
Not even the NBA Finals you can watch, turn on, and enjoy it.
The only good basketball game I've ever seen was in Game 7 of the 2008 semifinals or whatever when the Celtics played LeBron James and the Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah, what
And
Pierce
Paul Pierce and LeBron
Oh,
James
the
both
40-40
had monster
game,
games.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
That was an exciting game. I'll give them that one. Other than that, I have more fun watching baseball, which is saying something.
Speaking of baseball, what a resurgence by the Red Sox lately. I can't believe it. I really can't.
Yeah, David Ortiz has just gone on fire.
It's ridiculous. And there's actually, I mean, Ellsbury, is he still injured, right?
Yeah, he's in trouble with the Boston media because they keep saying that he's soft.
You're
And
soft.
there's a lot of debate over whether he's more into the team or if he's legitimately hurt.
I don't know. What do you think, Kevin?
I mean, a rib injury is really hard to come back from. I mean, you can't like put a cast on it, and you can't like support it any other way other than just let it heal as it is. So I mean, you can't fault
Kevin
the guy for
MD,
being
everybody. He's like Dr. Quinn. He's here all day. Trevor, what do you think about Jacoby Ellsbury's injury?
Yeah, I'm not really up with baseball.
Yeah. All right, Trevor. We want you to get on the show. What we want lots of people to join our show. What are you interested in that we can talk about?
I don't know. Cars?
Cars.
All right.
I don't know crap about that either.
Well, neither do I. So
All right, no,
we're off to a good
All
start.
right.
How about Mario Kart? Do you know anything about Mario Kart?
Yeah, that's a car.
That's kind of like a kart. Speaking of go-karts, sorry to cut you off, Trevor. But I was at a place yesterday, and I was waiting in line to go on the go-karts, and there was this little kid doing it with a bunch of guys, and he was lapping all of them, and he was yelling at them. He's like, "Yeah, I'm lapping you," and me and my friends were like, "Geez, that kid gets into it." And the guy running the ride came up to us. He's like, "This kid comes every week." And the kid got really into it. And then later on, he was just going by himself around the track. No one else was there. And that kid knows the ins and outs of that.
Was he
that
wearing
course.
a racing suit and stuff?
He might as well have been.
Did he shoot turtle shells out of his cart at people too.
He did a backflip when he got out of the go-kart.
What
No.
was this at Tee Off at Mel's?
No, this was at Hilltop Fun Center in
that's
Somersworth.
right.
Very
Yep.
fun place.
Well, it better be if it's a fun center.
And Trevor, how do you feel about fun centers?
I haven't been to one.
Yeah!
Oh, that Trevor!
Trevor.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor, you slept until noon today. What kept you up all night?
I don't know. I went to bed at midnight.
You went to bed at midnight.
Yeah.
Well, what were you doing until midnight?
Is this something we can say on the air?
Watching TV.
Oh, that Trevor!
What were you watching on TV, Trevor?
He's thinking.
I don't remember.
He doesn't remember.
Stuff.
You don't remember?
It was
Okay.
not
What-
exciting.
Were you engaging in any illegal activities that would impair your able to remember?
No.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He's just forgetful today.
All right, Trevor. What are you going to be doing this upcoming week? What will you be doing?
A really lot of landscaping.
A lot of landscaping.
A lot of landscaping. All right.
Is that something you're looking forward to?
No, it sucks.
It sucks.
Okay.
Trevor hates his job.
Trevor, is there
But,
anything
viewers
worth?
call in and give Trevor a new job?
Yeah, I know. We need a job for Trevor. Maybe pot a pop.
What can you see Trevor doing?
I don't know. Trevor's a big guy. I mean, I want to make fun of him because I think he can kick my ass. So I'm gonna say you could be a good bodyguard or something, right? I mean, that would be fun. You'd have lots of stories. And
Yeah.
If
that'll
our
work for
podcast
me.
gets big enough, we might need Trevor.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Yeah. So like next week we might need Trevor then.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Trevor, what else are you gonna be doing during the week?
Sleeping. That's about it. Work and sleep.
Kevin, are you gonna call Trevor and tell him to do stuff since he's your biatch, as you stated earlier?
Usually it's the other way around. I'm usually the lazy one.
See, Kevin, I don't see how Trevor's your bitch because I feel like Trevor could
Oh, Trevor could kick my ass.
like absolutely destroy you.
Yeah.
Like really could. So I wouldn't push that.
So normally I'd say Kevin must be the brains in this situation, but I know Kevin, so clearly that's not the case.
I can't really argue.
Oh boy.
But no, actually, thanks to Kevin, I got into the show Dexter, which I only really wanted to get into so I could see the 4th season with John Lithgow. But fortunately, the first 3 seasons have been great so far, so I'm looking forward to it. And Kevin,
It's a good thing I lent you though.
yeah, it is a good thing he lent me the 3rd season.
Dexter, I still haven't seen an episode of that show. I just don't watch TV. There's nothing on
I-
TV that I watch except sports. That's it.
All TV I watch is Netflix. I never watch any upcoming series because then that's the beauty of TV on DVD is you watch it at your own pace. You don't need to be there each week. I need to watch it right now.
Right. Well, the only TV show is kind of a guilty pleasure for me, but the only TV show that I do watch is a show called Degrassi on. Ow!
I just slapped
Don't
Eric.
slap me.
I just slapped
That show
Eric.
is great. I've been watching it since I was 14.
Well, so you told me to grow a pair of balls last week. Minna, Eric he's coming out with his feminine side right now.
Yeah, see, there we go. Perfect. But yeah, I've been watching that show since I was like 14, and I probably should stop because I'm probably out of the age group by about 4 years, but it's all right. It's all good.
Ladies, if you want Eric to snuggle up with you and watch Degrassi,
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah,
I am
you know how
here.
to reach him.
I am definitely here. Just send an email. I will be there in a second. What I think
even gentlemen who like Degrassi, Eric likes having mutual interests.
Thanks, John. You're really being a good wingman. Thank you.
I didn't say you'd be cuddling with the men, just watching it.
Yeah,
with
but you're
them.
kind of implying that.
Well, yeah.
Thank you very much, John.
Trevor, would you watch Degrassi?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Isn't that on the CW?
No, it's on the N. Well, no, now it's called Teen Nick. It was
What
owned
is
by
that
Nick.
about?
It's these. It's kind of
It's
like
a high school
Well,
drama. It's Beverly Hills.
It's
just
like
not Beverly
90, it's
Hills.
not it's like 90210 only with a bunch of Canadians. And it started in middle school, but now they went to high school, then college. But then last season they pretty much got rid of the entire cast, and now it's a whole new one. Now it's high school again, and it's very entertaining. They like
No, it's not.
They like do drugs and get abortions and
I'd
It's all the
I'd-
stuff you wish you could do.
pretty much all this. Yeah, I wish I could do drugs and get abortions. Exactly, Kevin. So pretty much They do crazy stuff, and you know the rapper Drake, Drizzy Drake, you know
From Drake and Josh.
No, you idiot! I'm gonna slap you. No, Drake. He does that like that. You the best I ever had, best I ever had. You
Yeah,
know?
me and Rap aren't so close.
Well,
not
me,
so tight.
me and Rap are tight because I'm from New Hampshire. 603 what? Well, anyways,
Yep.
so
Ghetto area.
yep. So he actually came from that show, which is kind of funny.
That's the coolest
so.
story I've ever heard.
I know.
Can you
thank
tell it again?
Yes, I will. Anyway, so this guy Drake, but no, it's a good show. I recommend it. It's very entertaining, and it's not on the CW. So yes, you can watch
All right,
it.
it might as well be on the CW.
No.
There's not enough black people in it.
Well,
Wow.
the stylings of Kevin there.
Okay, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Well, I think this is the point where we're gonna ask Kevin to get off our show.
yeah, Kevin, you're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to get Trevor back on the mic.
All right,
Yeah, I
we-
can see what you said. The whole no brains thing. I
Yeah.
can see that.
He's
Yeah.
a little bit clueless.
Kevin, thank you very. You realize anyone in the world could listen to this podcast, and you're just saying very, very not very political correct
Well, he didn't
words
say
here.
anything hateful.
He didn't say anything hateful, but it's one of those things you just don't talk about. You know.
It's like I don't look at the NHL and say there's not enough black people.
Yeah, it's kind of like the
Well,
equivalent of that.
there could be a few more.
Well, it's like looking at the NBA and saying, well, I mean,
There's not enough white people.
well, Scalabrini.
Oh, yeah,
Scalabrini is all you need.
Pretty much.
They need a bench.
Whenever you see a white guy in the NBA, he's got a whistle in his mouth.
Well, except Scalabrini. Come on now.
Yeah, for the most part though, they have whistles in
Actually,
their mouths.
Scalabrini was he dressed up for game one or was he in a suit on
Only
the thing?
because of, I think, Marquise Daniels was injured.
Really?
So
You know, Scalabrini's actually like. I mean, I'm not saying he's good by any means, but he played like. He was
his
doing-
defense is solid. I mean,
He makes a few
I hate the
threes every
rule
now.
that-
All right, folks. Well, thanks to our amazing intern Frenchie, we had some computer difficulties and lost about 15 minutes of footage. So we're gonna try our best to recreate what we just said.
Yeah, that's gonna be very hard because. Well, how much footage did we lose, anyways? Was it like
As I just said,
15,
about
20
15 minutes. Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was thinking about more important things in my mind.
Like what?
Just about how much more awesome I am than you, pretty much.
Oh.
That's about it. But yeah, we did recap one thing that was really important. We talked about a recent video game that John got called Red Dead Redemption. I believe Kevin and Trevor haven't played it yet, right? Nope.
Not yet.
But one thing we did talk about was it's very good. It's like Grand Theft Auto, only it's Wild Wild West. It's actually made by the same guys that did Grand Theft Auto, so if you're into those games, you will like it. There is an obscene amount of violence, especially to a certain animal that I very much despise. I really don't like horses at all.
No, Eric, you pretty much just stole my whole spiel.
Oh,
you just
I'll-
took the
no,
whole...
I'll let you take over.
No,
I'm not saying anything.
As Eric was saying earlier, he thinks we were talking about how great he was when we were actually talking about shooting horses in the head, which apparently he finds some similarities there. So no, Eric, go ahead. Just take the rest of my speech. since you're so awesome. No, you're an awesome guy. Go ahead. No, that's why I do this show with you, because you're awesome. Go ahead.
I'm
take
just
it.
saying, I just
No,
hate horses.
Yes, so he's happy when I shoot horses in the head in the game, which is not something I'd recommend people do in real life, regardless of whether they are for or against
Well,
horses.
you mean when you shoot Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yes, and he also mentioned how he doesn't like Sarah Jessica Parker because he thinks she has a long face.
Well, I don't think she has a long face. I think she just looks like a horse. And horse happen. I mean, that's a characteristic of a horse, is having a long face. But overall, I just think she's very annoying and could probably be a horse.
And I was mentioning how I found similarities to this situation in Seinfeld, where they were at a dinner conversation, and Jerry or Elaine was saying how they hated anybody who grew up with a pony. And Eric pretty much echoed those sentiments.
Yes, very much. I just hate... Well, tell us what happens at beaches, John, with horses? What do they do?
Well, one thing that happens quite often at beaches is that you'll have the rich, snotty people walking around, and they'll be judging people with their skimpy outfits, saying, those people are trash. And then
They speak with like a Transylvanian accent.
Yes, they'll get out of their coffins and they'll go to the beach with their
Okay,
horses.
right.
But they'll be rich and snobby, which I'd say I'm not so much against rich people, but more snobby people I could do without. But they're people who have such high opinions of themselves allow their horses to defecate all over the beach, and they don't clean them up. They don't have little bags or anything, and I don't want to walk around and roll in the sand and then roll my face into a big mound of horse dung.
You roll in the sand when you go to the beach.
Well, no, but when I was a little kid.
Talk about feminine side. You were just at the beach yesterday, though.
I was not at the beach yesterday.
Oh, that was me. Never mind. Anyway.
Wow. All right, he's thinking I'm him. Kevin, do you ever feel like you're Trevor?
Thankfully, no.
Or Trevor, do you ever feel like you're Kevin?
No.
No. If you did, would you feel like there's something wrong with you?
Yeah, a lot of things.
All right, so Eric's confusing his life story with mine.
Well, do you guys like horses?
They're horrible animals.
Yeah.
They just crap all over the road.
Yeah.
Not cars. They should stay off the tar.
Yeah.
See, like hundreds of years ago, it made sense to have a horse. And this is coming from the guy who rode a horse around Boston. But that was just that was a gimmick. That was more for
that's
fun.
right. Yeah, sell your Red Sox tickets to ride a horse.
But that was
Yeah, don't tell me you hate horses now, John. Shut up. No.
I never-
Be quiet now. You can't join this conversation.
I'm saying it's not-
No. While you're riding horses
Yeah,
around
shut your
Boston.
face. Shut your face.
No,
Shut
you
your face.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. What?
I just wanted you to
What
shut
was
up.
that?
Anyways, I wanted to say,
Eric, he's a bitch. I just wanted to do a fake slap, and he not only did he flinch, but he made a noise.
no, I didn't.
Did you hear him
No,
make
I
a
didn't.
little noise?
No.
Something like that.
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
see-
thanks, Trevor. Thank you very much.
Anyways, back to the horses. I'm not saying it's not practical to own a horse nowadays. It's more of a hobby animal.
It's more of a stupid animal. Why would you have that as a hobby?
See, Eric, any hot girl who was thinking about like coming into the studio to meet you just lost all interest because you're making fun of her pride.
I don't
horse.
care, because if I met a hot girl and I found out she was into horses, I'd be like, see you later. Because girls that are into horses are usually into reading books about like knights in shining armor and like whisking them away. Like, I don't know, that stuff's stupid. I can't do that crap. Maybe this is the whole like me not being feminine side, unlike you who would sell Red Sox tickets and take a horse ride in
I
Boston.
wouldn't have the Red Sox tickets in the first place.
Yeah, but if you did, you said you would sell them and do something fun, like ride horses around Boston. So, anyways, John, I don't think I could be with a horse girl unless she wants to somehow change my mind and make me into horses. I don't know how that would happen, but
And we're talking about skinning horses and eating them. And Trevor, I can't recall your opinion. Would you be interested in eating a skinned horse?
Well, you could eat a horse or a moose. I'd just rather eat a moose myself.
I don't recall that part of the conversation.
Trevor, you're the man. Kevin, what do you think about that?
Alright, so pretty much, if you have a horse, it's not that we don't want you to listen to the podcast.
Or come into the studio.
And if
Maybe
come
you could
to-
change my mind.
If you
Maybe
do come to
can.
the studio, do not come in with your horse.
Wait, I figured out why horses are good.
Alright, wait,
Whoa,
hang on, we're in
whoa,
suspense. Alright,
Whoa.
alright. Everyone get ready. Trevor's gonna enlighten us, and everyone's gonna be excited.
Okay, Trevor.
Alright, drum roll, please.
Dog food and glue.
Dog food
Dog
and glue.
food and glue. There you go. I like that. Wait, there.
And breath mints.
Yeah, the hooks.
Breath mints
make
too.
Glue.
Wait, horses aren't breath mints?
Yeah, they're hooves.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know like people eat horses. Like, is this like an industry like horse
I
eating?
think it's in gelatin too.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I thought that's
I
that's
think-
cow knees and
I
gelatin.
think it's horses.
It's horses too.
Might be
'cause
both.
So like
I-
people raise horses to eat them. I didn't know that.
Well, I think no, that's what they do when racehorses like die
That's
when they're
after
done
they
with them.
pass their usefulness.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And that's what they do with horses now.
Oh, this is nothing compared to Abu Ghraib.
Which they shouldn't do with horses. They should let them. They should. Oh, we also talked about feral horses, which are why they name sports teams after horses because they're furious, and that's why sports teams are named after things because they're meant to intimidate you, like the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not intimidated by a horse. I'm sorry. I would punch a horse in the face. Like, I just don't like horses.
And
Well,
it
what,
would
what
respond
about
by
those
kicking
police
you.
officers on horses?
I just like.
Personally,
What is he gonna
they'd
do?
scare the shit out of me if I had a big animal
Why
running at
is
me
a-
and a guy with a gun on its back.
Why is a police officer on a horse? It doesn't make any sense. Is he gonna take like a big like like Excalibur, like sword and like chop people up, like then yeah, ride a horse.
Well, they're not using horses as much anymore thanks to the Segway.
I just think it's
So they'll bring their Excalibur from the horse to the Segway.
You know what? I have no problem with my tax money going to pay for cops on motorcycles and Dodge Chargers. Totally cool. Horses, no.
Motorcycles can't jump over fences.
Fonzie jumped over like buses and stuff.
Fonzie jumped over a shark.
Yeah.
Okay, get it right.
Well, no, he jumped over stuff with his motor. He jumped over a shark on water skis.
You know what's funny? I bet half of our listeners don't even know who Fonzie is.
I don't know who Fonzie is.
See, Trevor continues to prove me right. You know what the best part of this conversation is? This was supposed to be a basketball conversation, and it's been almost anything but, which is great. I'm very pleased.
We can make it into a basketball conversation.
No. I'm all set.
Okay. We could just talk about how great it is that horses, we eat them, and breath mints and dog food.
It's better to talk about than how great Eric is. Yeah, crickets are chirping right there. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and you can listen to a word from our sponsor. Attention, people in the audience. Do you want to see videos of American life? Well, then I got a website for you. Subscribe at vidspresso.com. vidspresso.com. Yeah. All right, so in this, our final segment, we will be discussing what our next big purchases are going to be. So, Eric, why don't you start us off?
Sure, yeah. My next big purchase is some more hockey equipment. As we were talking about earlier, Jon, of course, got me addicted to hockey, and
coffee milk.
And coffee milk, and I'm having an incredible, lot of fun time playing goalie, enjoying it. So I got a chest protector coming in, some new leg pads.
Yeah, you got to protect that chest.
I do. It's
you don't want any bruises.
No, none. Especially this nasty one I got going.
That's your arm. That's not your chest. He
No.
doesn't know arm from chest.
No,
Wow,
the chest protector also goes down to almost my wrist. It has like additional padding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why. So anyway, so I got that coming in, which is great. And then a catcher and a blocker as well. So hopefully that will be in the mail this week because I ordered it online. So that will be really good. So that's my purchase. I actually made it, so I guess that counts.
And it's funny, for someone who has such a high opinion of himself, he's pretty lousy at goalie.
Thanks, Jon. Thank you very much.
That's a little confidence booster.
Yeah,
right there.
thank you. I really just want to play again.
He's actually gotten better each time, but I suggest some of our listeners come play with us sometime and see if you can get a goal on Eric. That you can call in and say, Eric, I'm your daddy.
Watch some like really hot girl who like show up on a horse to the like to the rink and like get off and just kick my ass or something.
I can only dream. A man can only dream.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so
right, Trevor,
who's next? Okay, Trevor, what do you got, man?
I'm thinking of buying a motorcycle.
Nice.
Sport touring, something really fast.
So is this something more for fun or for economical reasons?
A little bit of both. I just need something to get to work right now.
Nice.
I don't want to be taking my mountain bike all summer.
Yeah, that can be. That's a good way to get in shape, though.
Yeah.
And it's great for the environment.
Yeah,
And
who cares about the environment?
I do on Earth Day.
Okay, so now I got horse girls hating me, and now some really hot hippie girls hate me.
Oh wait, that's
so
another
I'm doing
reason
great.
why we should get rid of horses. They just the environment. They suck.
Thank you, Trevor.
Alright, so when are you planning on buying your motorcycle?
I don't know. Pretty soon.
Is Kevin going to be taking rides with you?
Oh hell no. That doesn't sound like
No.
much fun.
Is it ever fun to take another guy on a motorcycle?
No, it's kind of weird.
Do you have your motorcycle license?
Yeah, I've had my license for a couple of years now.
Very nice.
Nice. Yeah, I heard there's like an unwritten rule. It's kind of like 2 wheels, 2 balls.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Don't violate that.
All right, and what about you, Kevin? What do I want to know? What you're gonna? Can we say on the podcast what you will be purchasing?
Yeah, we're kind of nervous about.
We're kind of nervous. You've said some very interesting things today. Of
Thanks.
questionable taste. So let's find out. What is it?
My next purchase would probably be a snowboard pass.
Nice. I'm an avid snowboarder myself. Where are you thinking of getting a pass?
Probably like the Waterville, Cranmore.
The Freedom Pass, is
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay, very nice. Not a big fan of Cranmore. Waterville's a good time though. Is there
Do some
another?
competitions, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know, actually, the whole reason I wanted to do this segment was because the other day Kevin was telling me his next big purchase was going to be Dexter, and he just changed it. So
Oh, because we were making fun of him off the air. So you Kevin.
They
what
rag
about-
on me all the time.
it's not hard. It's not hard.
All right, so what's the other purchase now?
Probably season 4 of Dexter.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Well, I'll have to borrow it from you when you get it.
yeah
but
you would.
I,
wouldn't you?
but I wouldn't call that a big purchase. I just call that a purchase.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it takes a lot out of me lending all my PPR for that show, so.
all right. Well then, I'd have to say my next big purchase, which I don't know if this really counts as a purchase, but I'm gonna be taking a cruise to Bermuda for my honeymoon. So
Aw,
Yeah,
that's so cute, John.
It is cute.
Oh, that's so nice.
it'll be fun.
I see you're not afraid to get in touch with your feminine side.
Going to Bermuda doesn't have anything to do with being feminine.
That's right. I guess when you get married, you really can't make fun of anyone anymore. It's kind of like you have immunity to the whole like being whipped type of thing. It's like I'm married. It's like what do you expect? Like, so,
It's a given that you're whipped.
pretty much.
I wouldn't go that far.
You gonna do a lot of snorkeling, John?
I don't think I'll be doing any snorkeling of the kind you're thinking.
Okay.
You'll be up here teabagging, but
Oh, okay.
I'll be down there maybe snorkeling in the water, not snorkeling with any gentlemen.
Okay, very well then. Well, that would be a good
For those
trip,
of you who
though.
don't know what snorkeling is, don't look it up.
Well, anyways, that will be a good trip, and that your wedding's coming up. When is
A
that?
couple months from now.
So
but-
that's exciting.
So, but either before the wedding, we'll probably try to do a double podcast, just so because I'm going to be gone for a week, so we need to make it extra special.
Or I could just do one myself and it'd have.
You don't even know how to work the computer.
Oh, I would figure it out. I'd
Okay.
have Frenchie help me. I'd have all the women that are my fans after listening to these episodes come in. It'd be great. It'd be a great show. It'd actually be better without you around.
But Frenchie will make an appearance on one of these podcasts one day.
It will be. So,
And maybe we could get Phil Kessel to come down and fight him for real.
that would be great.
Eric just spit all over himself.
I did, because I got so excited on that one. Also, some upcoming big news. John informed me right now our homepage, because we just started this podcast, is very like 1996-ish. It's very basic only because we have jobs, thankfully. So this is just a hobby, more or less. But we did find someone who will be upgrading our site, making it look great. We'll hopefully get some cool pictures up or something.
The legendary Peter R. Horton will be designing our logo, pretty much any image that you see is going to be designed by Peter, except pictures of us.
Yeah, so
He didn't design us.
Yeah, that's true. So, but it'll be great. It'll be. I'm looking forward to it, and we're gonna have him on the show too. He could talk a little bit about our site upgrade for when that happens. That'll be great. Then we also will possibly.
No.
No, okay,
We'll
never
just say
mind,
we
never
have
mind.
a famous guest who's on TV many times a year, who might be coming up soon. But we'll keep that.
Okay.
I don't want to get their hopes up.
Okay, that's a good point. So, and Kevin and Trevor, thank you very much for coming on the show and joining us.
You guys are welcome anytime.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
And thanks for not talking about too much basketball.
Thanks.
Well, we did, but it got cut off. So.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't care.
Oh man, so John, you can close it. Any last words?
All right, well, what do you want for your movie and book recommendations this week, Eric?
Oh, movie and book recommendations. Oh my god. Movie recommendations would probably be, even though I haven't seen it yet, because I'm seeing it this week. I don't care. I know it's going to be incredible. Human Centipede.
The Human Centipede.
Human Centipede.
All right, you're going. All right,
Even
and
though
we
I haven't
will
seen
be
it yet,
reviewing that sometime soon.
I will record this week. We are seeing it. We put it off too long. We're seeing it. So that would be my movie recommendation, and my book recommendation. I'd say The Watchmen. Actually, I'm really not into comic books. Never was, but I haven't seen the movie yet, which I hear is also good, but I have a few buddies that are really into graphic novels. I borrowed it, read it, and again, I was never into comic books. I thought it was kind of dorky, to be completely honest with you, but Watchmen was excellent. Very, very good book. Really good theme. So I highly recommend it. And you can read it in like 2 days because it's just like a big comic book.
Yeah.
So I recommend that.
All right. Well, I'd say for my movie recommendation, I'd recommend that you watch Adventureland, which stars Jesse Eisenberg from that movie Zombieland. He likes doing movies with land at the end of the
that's
title.
a good movie too.
Yeah, that's a good movie too. I'm not recommending that this week, so don't watch it.
Okay.
So just watch Adventureland. And my book recommendation, since I want to make Eric mad, I'm going to I'm going to recommend another Kurt Vonnegut book in Slaughterhouse-Five. I was going to do something else, but since Eric's so vehemently against Kurt Vonnegut, but Eric's really into George Orwell, which
Vonnegut ripped off Orwell.
yeah,
Come
okay.
on now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, he pretty much did.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe if you actually read a Vonnegut book, you'd...
I'm all set. Kevin and Trevor, do you guys have any book or movie reviews for the audience? Trevor, do you like books and movies?
I don't really read any books.
Okay, how about a movie? Can be anything.
No, I just watched Race to Witch Mountain. Disney movie. It's actually okay.
The original
Isn't that
one
the
or the new one?
The one with the rock?
The new one.
The new one with the Rock. Okay, Race.
Yeah.
Wayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah? Kind of like Eric, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like Eric with his little boo-boo on his arm.
Yeah. About that bad.
Good choice, Trevor. Thank you. Kevin, how about you?
I don't know. Most recent movie I saw was Iron Man 2, which wasn't bad.
Oh, yeah, that was better.
So you recommend that people go to theaters to watch that? If it's still in
If
theaters?
it's still in theaters, yeah.
Yeah, I think it still is. So.
Okay, well, that should just about wrap it up. Do you have any closing words, Eric?
No, I'm looking forward. Hopefully we'll get another episode up this week. Today's Sunday, hopefully by
and maybe
Friday,
there'll be a mini episode between now and then.
Yep,
So-
definitely. And thank you to our wonderful sponsors. And again, send us emails, guys. It's awesome to see that we're getting some feedback. So it's a lot of fun for us, even if it's good, bad, whatever. Send us stuff.
We'd like to thank our listening audience, Kevin, Trevor, Vidpresso, Pod of Promise, and anybody else who... I'd like to thank Eric for doing his good job.
Thank you
I'd
very
like to
much.
thank myself for...
Well, I'll
for being
thank.
the-
I'll thank.
thank you. Well,
John.
thank you.
I will thank you for being the man. So as much crap as you give me, you are the man. So thank you.
I don't need to be
John.
told that. I already know.
Okay, very well then.
And as always, we'd like to thank you for listening and send in listener mail if you have questions or comments or hate mail. So please let us know you're out there.
All right, thank you everybody. Au revoir.
Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Oh, pants down.